You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, the #1 rated robot-related podcast in northeastern Ontario.
Yeah, so then I said, why don't we record episode 177 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for December the 3rd, 2017. What do you guys think about that?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Sounds like a great idea. What are you talking about?
No, you're wrong.
Well, say we did record this episode. I would be your host, Sean.
I would be the star, Josh.
And I would be Shane.
The guest star.
The guests are.
All right, let's record episode 177.
Let's do it.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
You're not quite, human, are you? No, sir. I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
By your command.
All right, guys. So, what's happening?
Not much other than a couple of trailers. It's been a quiet week.
Avengers! This
Okay.
has not been a quiet week.
It's been a quiet week.
It's been a very exciting week because, and I haven't told you guys this, and you Josh, are not on Facebook, and Shane, I don't know how much you're on Facebook, but this week, the Rusted Robot Podcast hit 50,000 downloads. All-time downloads.
I did see that.
You did see that?
That is amazing.
Right?
You're welcome.
It took 3 years and 11 months to hit 50,000. I know Joe Rogan and all those famous people get 50,000 in like half an hour.
Yeah.
But this is the little podcast that could.
Yeah.
So here it is.
I joined the podcast. You hit 5,000. You're welcome.
50,000.
50,000.
50,000.
I get 5,000 a day.
You get 5,000 a day?
A day.
Well, that's awesome.
Up here in my head.
Oh, in your head?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't help as much as I think.
The quorum of your mind does not count.
It should.
No.
Other exciting news. Remember last week we played the You, Me, and Duffy promo?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've been talking to those guys, and they sent me a link for a video to MP3 converter. So when I have trailers and stuff to record and play on here, I don't have to do it from my phone to the iPad. I could just do it right on the computer, and there's no background noises. It's all automatic.
Well, where's the fun in that?
You know how much time that saved me? A lot of time. And it sounds better. And it's all about sounding better.
It is.
Audio quality for our listeners.
Nah, I think they like the domestic life sounds that they hear.
The can-do attitude with the ramshackle recording equipment?
Exactly.
Maybe.
This is a grassroots operation.
It is a grassroots operation. I am hoping to get better recording equipment one day, but until then, I'm making slow, steady improvements.
Yeah. Well.
And speaking of promos, I've got a promo that I'm going to play right here for Murder Under the Midnight Sun.
My name is Ariel, host of your new favorite Alaskan true crime podcast, Murder Under the Midnight Sun. This state is roughly 660,000 square miles, much of it wilderness. That is an awful lot of space to hide a body. If you want to hear about the dark side of the last frontier, check out my show, which is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere fine podcasts are sold.
And if you guys want to check that out, I suggest you do. Ariel is going to play promos for both the Soul Forge podcast and the Rusted Robot podcast on her episode coming up.
Cool.
Yes. So that's very exciting.
Building a community.
Got to build a community.
Yep.
That's right. And speaking of communities, we are on the board of the Northern Ontario Expo.
We are.
And what's happening with them lately?
We have the New Year's Gala coming up.
We do. What day is that?
New Year's Eve.
Yes, correct. What day is that, Shane?
It's New Year's Eve.
What day is that?
It's December 31st.
It is December 31st, 2017. Just trying to see if I can stump you.
Yeah, I had to wait for a second. I had to think about it. I'm like, wait.
Why is he asking me?
Yeah,
that? Like, what's the trick
is there
here?
a trick?
There's no trick. It's just obvious. Yeah, that's it. Are you going?
I am going.
And we'll be there.
Yep.
Sarah will not let me wear my Christmas suit.
Why not?
What's your Christmas suit?
I have a suit that is bright red, and it is covered in Christmas trees and wreaths and Santa faces.
And she won't let you wear that.
She won't let me wear it.
Where else could you wear it?
Exactly.
So, I think you have to.
I agree.
It's a suit jacket?
It is a suit jacket.
Well, then
it's
that's
a suit jacket and pants.
Perfectly acceptable. That's formal.
Exactly.
What do you think, Josh?
I think it's fine.
I think so, too.
I agree.
I think Sarah has just been outvoted here on the Rusted Robot.
I agree. I'm going to have to get her to listen to this and make sure she knows.
Oh, I'm sure she's listened to every episode of The Rusted Robot.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes twice or 3 times.
I can't get her to stop.
If it's a particularly good episode. Speaking of the NOE, Northern Ontario Expo Comic-Con.
Where can they get tickets?
Jump City, which is where your wife is working and owning, and is right now? Is she there right now?
She's not there right now.
What?
She's at the new location.
She's at Proto Jump City.
Oh, she's working on the new location. Well, her sister Julie, co-owner, is running the main store.
Correct.
Ah, okay. And so Jump City's moving.
Yes, they're moving from where they currently are at 229 Pine Street South, Timmins, Ontario, Canada.
To?
38 Pine Street North, Unit 106.
So they're moving from Pine Street to the 101 Mall.
Yes, they're moving into the 101 Mall in the basement by the glass elevator.
So they are not selling tickets in the glass elevator area.
Not yet.
They're still doing it on Pine Street.
Yep, the move happens January 1st.
January 1st.
It's the day after the party.
It's going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah.
You can also get tickets at Elfie's Cigar Store on 3rd Avenue, I've heard.
Yep. And you can get your tickets at Wicked Stuff in the Square.
The mall. The Timmins Mall. The Square. Yeah. It's a mall, though.
But it is a mall, but it is the Square.
But it's not Square. Why do they call it the Square if it's more of
because it's referring to the old marketplace in the town square.
Oh, is that what they planned on doing for that name?
Yeah, that's why it's called the Square.
See, nobody's ever told me that.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
I actually like that a lot more now.
Yeah.
You worked at it for years. How did you not know this?
I worked there. I didn't dissect the name.
Wasn't it part of the orientation?
It was not.
Oh.
I'm actually kind of disappointed.
You didn't learn the history of the building you were in?
No.
You didn't know about the murders that happened there?
Highly disappointed.
Oh, I knew about the murders.
Yeah, you didn't know about the suicides?
I did not know about the suicides.
Yeah. Stuff has happened in almost every building. You gotta learn about it.
There were murders in the mall?
There's one.
Well, you know what? True crime podcasts are the most popular form of podcasts. If we did a true crime podcast about Timmins, it would be super popular and be number 1 on iTunes.
Really?
But that would be a lot of research.
Also, we have limited crimes.
Yeah.
We'd have to start
We'd run
murdering
like
people.
60 episodes and then we'd be done.
Actually, Timmins was just ranked the 3rd most dangerous city in all of Ontario.
56, I thought.
In Ontario, it's 3rd.
Oh, okay.
It's
56 in Canada.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's because we have violent crime that is high, but it's all minor violent crime. So, like, they go, oh, there's the most violent crime here. Yeah, minor assault. Do you know what cops do for minor assault? Don't do that. Unless it's against a cop, in which case, go to jail.
Yeah. Don't punch that guy. Okay.
And part of the problem is the statistics and the way they're reporting them. I guarantee you a lot of big cities, they're not reporting their crime rate the same way we are.
Oh, probably not. Does it go by ratio? Like, does it go by population? Because if it does, that would also boost us a little bit.
I think it does. I think it does by population, because there's no way we have more assaults than Toronto.
Yeah, we were higher than Toronto, Brantford.
Per capita.
Yeah.
So it's got to be per capita?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're higher than a lot of places that should be.
We also have a large transient population.
This is true.
How dare you, sir?
As in, we have a lot of people that come into town to work. So we actually have a larger population than the census would indicate we have, simply by the number of people that are in town, but don't actually live here.
Yeah.
I think it's like additional 15% of the population.
Is that right?
Is just people who are in for work.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a huge number of people.
Yeah, you got to think all the mines and stuff like that.
That's true. Speaking of crime, should we talk about all the sexual assaults in Hollywood?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, let's.
It's terrible. Let's.
Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We could be here forever. Let's just talk about good stuff.
Let's talk about good stuff. How about the trailers that have come out this past week? I just showed you guys a fan-made trailer for Star Trek the Motion Picture. I'm not going to play it here because I shared it on the Facebook page. But what do you guys think?
It makes the movie look good.
Doesn't it make it look fantastic and exciting?
It makes it look amazing.
Now, you've never seen the motion picture.
I've never seen the motion picture.
But you just saw the trailer?
Because of the trailer, I want to. But because of the way it's being described, I'm not sure I actually do.
Well, it's definitely worth seeing for part of the mythos if you're going to do a movie review, a movie marathon, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you got to watch it because it's the base for everything.
Of course.
But it's pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer hyped it up so much, though.
The trailer made me want to go watch it again, and I've seen it like a dozen times.
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
do you know 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yes.
Okay, great film, right?
Yeah.
But kind of slow moving and.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted that for Star Trek.
I have heard the comparisons before.
So they slowed down Star Trek, which is already a slow show. The original series was not quick.
No.
It was good, but it wasn't like what you call a fast-paced, high-action show.
No, it can be kind of dry sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So they slowed it down, and then, yeah. They didn't put the tension in they did in 2001.
Okay.
So no tension, there's nothing to drag you through it. It is a boring movie.
And that's why they call it Star Trek the Motionless Picture.
Oof, that's good.
Or Emotionless Picture. I've heard both.
It's got Shatner in it. How can it be emotionless?
It's bad.
The man is emotion.
I would recommend Star Trek Discovery over the motion picture.
Really?
Star Trek Discovery is amazing, and I'm going into withdrawals from it. We're on the hiatus right now, mid-season break. I can't wait for January 7th when it comes back.
Maybe he'll gain his senses back before it returns.
Okay, I've only seen little things, but apparently William Shatner and
Jason
Isaacs are in a feud.
Shatner blocked Jason Isaacs on Twitter.
Okay.
But for the most part, people don't think it was actually Shatner because he doesn't run his own social media.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Okay.
There was some kind of captain's feud. I saw it on TV and stuff, but it didn't make any sense.
Do you think it's just for trying to build hype, or do you think it's an actual thing?
I think everything's for hype when it comes to Hollywood.
Then again,
you never know. It could be Shatner being petty.
Because not until the early 2000s did Shatner really embrace the Star Trek culture that had, been around him for so long.
Yeah.
And then he kind of saw himself as the guardian, because look at all the stuff he did afterwards about, let's talk to all the other captains.
The Captain's documentary.
Yeah.
Chaos on the Bridge he did. I haven't seen that yet. He did a bunch of stuff.
And he started doing the tours and the convention circuits pretty hard.
Yeah.
I know he was really upset when none of the Abrams movies have had him in it, and they've had Spock and stuff like that, and he was really upset that they didn't ask him for a cameo. I don't know.
Yeah, we've heard about that, and whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's the Hollywood hype machine, and you just don't know what's happening.
And for example, if the new captain, Lorca, whatever, got said something bad, particularly about some of his deceased co-stars acting, that could easily set Shatner off.
Well,
I mean, that would set most people off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's not like your old motionless Spock character who loses his stuff all the time, right? If he makes any kind of comment like that, I could see Shatner going like, "Well, just block him. I don't want to deal with him anymore."
Yeah.
So it could be a real beef, but I have no basis for it because I don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't think I follow either of them on Twitter, so I don't care. Whatever. It's an interesting story.
Shatner's a grumpy old man, and the other guy is playing a bad character. So why?
So that's that. That's your official opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Rusted Robot official opinion.
All right. Well, speaking of Star Trek, the last episode of the Orville was pretty good.
I haven't seen it yet. Don't say a damn thing.
I'm not going to give you any spoilers, other than the fact that we finally saw the missing episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Geordi becomes chief engineer. The black guy at the front of the ship gets a promotion, becomes the chief engineer. We didn't see that between season 1 and season 2 of The Next Generation, but we saw it on episode 11 of the Orville, and it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's all I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, don't say anything else. I intend to watch it.
Yeah. And have you been keeping up on it?
I have not.
Have you watched any of it?
I have not.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching a lot of Naruto.
And what is that?
It's an anime about ninja.
About ninjas?
About ninjas.
What about ninjas?
They are definitely not ninjas.
They want to be ninjas.
They say they're ninjas, but do you know what ninjas don't wear? Hunter's orange.
No, that's true. I've never seen a Hunter Orange ninja.
Yeah.
And they don't yell, "Believe it," every 6 seconds at the top of their lungs.
Okay, I understand.
This sounds like a horrible show. Why are you watching it?
Because it's horrible, but it's good.
It's a show-in show.
A what?
It's a Japanese show. It's about training and getting better and
It's fun.
You want to be a ninja?
Fun show.
No. It's like Dragon Ball. It's like Bleach. It's like Fairy Tail, where they're always getting stronger, and there's another giant threat coming, and another giant threat coming, and they got to get stronger and stronger. Show-in shows, I can only watch them for so long before my brain melts, because in season 2 they learn this ultimate technique that no one has ever been able to block.
Okay.
But guess what? From season 3 to 26. Everybody can block it.
You know what else all these shows have in common? I've not watched any of them, and I don't care to. But you know what I do care to watch when it comes to anime? We just watched the trailer for Batman Ninja. Let me read you a brief description of Batman Ninja.
Of course.
Batman Ninja is the story of how Batman, the Bat Family, and a number of Gotham's criminals are transported through time and space back to medieval Japan, where they become embroiled in a local power struggle. Director Junpei Mizusaki has described Batman Ninja as a film meant to show the world how Japan sees Batman and not one about how Batman and Bruce Wayne see Japan. Judging by the trailer, Japan sees a badass side of Batman that's like nothing we've ever seen before. Batman Ninja hit stores on DVD and Blu-ray in 2018. Junpei Mizusaki?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad you corrected me on that. Now, I would play the trailer for our listeners, but it's all in Japanese. The visuals are fantastic, though. I've shared the link for the trailer on the Facebook page for The Rusted Robot. Go check it out if you're interested in it. It's fantastically amazing, visually stunning. I can't wait. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be amazing.
Hopefully it's dubbed.
I'm a bit leery. Here's why. Okay. It is a Batman series set. Like, a lot of stuff is assumed, and like, how did the Joker get so much power so quickly, and all this jazz. There's so much stuff happening that I don't think this is going to be a great story, and I don't think this is going to be deep writing, or add anything from the mythos, or take anything from the lore. I think this is going to be a great, mindless romp to watch bloody violence and cool anime action scenes involving the Bat Family.
Well,
that's all this is.
I think if it's set in a universe where they're already in feudal Japan and everything's already set up, that would make a lot more sense to have like the houses and the whole Joker having an army thing. But if it is like a time travel, they get sent back.
Time and space.
I agree. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Unless the Joker is the one that sends them back, and he sends them back to where he already has all of this stuff. If he can control time and space, because that's possible. A little wonky, but possible.
See, again, I don't think it's going to be a deep, great story. I think it's going to be a good, violent romp.
Well, let's look at every other time they've taken a superhero and made it into an anime. They turned Spider-Man into anime. He had a giant mech robot. Spider-Man doesn't need
that was
a giant
live action.
mech robot. No, there was an animated version of it as well, I think. Pretty sure.
As far as I know, the giant mech thing is from the is from a live action.
Fairly sure there's an animated version as well.
Of course
I know they've done a few different anime. Wolverine, which makes a lot of sense because he has a lot of tie over with Japanese stuff in his character's past. They did an Iron Man anime. That was bad.
Bad, like badass or not good?
Not good.
Okay. In the comments here for the Batman Ninja, they're saying they should have called it Batman Samurai because ninjas are known for killing people, which is not a trait Batman is known for, and samurai were pacifist. So
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Bat Family does kill in this, because they are all carrying weapons. So
we'll have to wait till 2018 to see what's actually going to happen. I wonder if it's going to be dubbed or subbed.
I'm hoping it's subbed, because if they can get like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill and stuff to come out and dub it, that would be amazing.
That would be fantastic.
That would definitely increase my hype.
What are you finding out, Josh?
I'm finding out that it's hard to search Spider-Man anime without it bringing up the animated TV shows.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm fairly sure there was an Avengers anime a while ago as well.
Don't they just animate everything?
Basically. But it's only recently that they're starting to take
Western
a lot of comic book characters and creating anime.
Did you find nothing?
It brought me to an ad, and
You were giving up?
Yeah. I'll look it up later.
So in 2018, are we going to buy this? Are we just going to watch it? Are we not going to care at all? Are we going to forget about it after recording this session?
I think it's going to take until about 2019 before we get a translation.
Okay.
At which point, because it's not a show I'm going to read the subtitles for.
No.
I'll need a dub for this one.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'll watch it. But I'm not going to...
You're not eagerly anticipating it?
No.
It's not marked on your calendar?
No.
You just don't care?
It's meh.
I'll watch it if I watch it.
Exactly.
If I never see it, I don't care?
Exactly.
Okay. But it looks like the art style is pretty cool.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Action and adventure.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
It does look like there was only the live action.
Ah, well, there you go then. Speaking of live action, before we talk about the Avengers trailer, I thought we might talk about Voyager 1.
You gotta stop teasing me with that.
I know. I've been anticipating this.
Speaking of the original Star Trek.
Speaking of the original Star Trek and Voyager and stuff, I've got an article from astronomy.com that says Voyager 1 fires dormant thrusters for the first time in 37 years. That's older than both of you guys.
Yeah.
That's a long
By
time.
a year.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to read the article because it's interesting. Man, they just don't build them like they used to. The Voyager 1 spacecraft, launched in 1977, has fired up a pair of thrusters that haven't been used for 37 years. Meanwhile, I'm on my third car in 2 years. The set of 4 small thrusters came online Wednesday after NASA engineers noticed the spacecraft's attitude control thrusters had been degrading for several years. Those served to make minute adjustments to the craft's orientation to keep its antenna pointed back at Earth and maintain communications with us as it flies through space. Thankfully, Voyager also has another similar set called Trajectory Control Maneuver Thrusters that were used in the years after its launch to guide the craft around the various planets it passed on the way out of the solar system. Past Saturn, though, those thrusters were no longer needed and they went cold. Now, almost 4 decades later, they've come back to life without a hitch to take over for the failing attitude control thrusters. The feat required engineers to unearth data from decades ago, as well as refamiliarize themselves with an outdated computer language, using the thrusters to take some extra energy, a precious commodity for the aging spacecraft. But NASA says the maneuver will add a few years to the mission's life. Traveling at almost 40,000 miles per hour, Voyager 1 is one of the fastest things we've ever put into space. It's currently over 13 billion miles away from our planet and passed into interstellar space back in 2012. Data still flows from Voyager to Earth, though it takes around 19 hours to make the trip. That trickle of information will stop in 2025 when the radioisotope thermoelectric generators cease to provide enough power to run any instruments, but for the moment we're still in contact with humanity's most distant envoy, and it seems Voyager still got a few tricks up its sleeve. What do you guys think?
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I don't get the comparison to the automobile. That just doesn't make sense.
He's just, whoever wrote this thinks he's funny.
Yeah, but you're in a science reporting. Don't think you're funny.
Everybody thinks they're funny now. Everything's a personal article.
This is true.
I don't know when this happened, but...
Yeah, no.
But
just report the facts, man. It's about space.
It is about space.
Nobody cares about your car joke. But yeah, no, that is freaking awesome. Kind of surprised it's not traveling faster. I thought it was moving faster than that.
40,000 miles per whatever I said.
40,000 miles per hour. It's not that fast.
Faster than you can go.
No.
You think you can go faster?
I can go faster.
How can you go faster than 40,000 miles
You would
an hour?
die.
No, you won't.
No?
It's not speed. It's acceleration that'll kill you.
That's true.
You can go at any speed so long as you accelerate at a decent rate. Light sails. I can get faster with light sails and lasers.
Like in the episode Explorers of Deep Space Nine, where Benjamin Sisko built a solar sail panel thing?
No, because I wouldn't build my ship out of wood.
You wouldn't build it out of wood. Imagine that.
Stupidest episode ever.
Oh, there are stupider episodes.
We built light sail ships. Okay. You built them in with wood. Cool.
Like the ancient Bajorans did 800 years ago.
Question, how'd you get them off the surface?
I always wondered that. They never explained that.
Never.
In the episode.
Nope.
Nope. We made this spacecraft out of wood on the planet, and now we're in space going warp. Okay.
The warp thing, okay, the sails were made of the exact right material to catch the tachyons and move them along.
Through the Denorius belt and all that stuff, yeah.
Fine. I'll give you that. There's a wormhole there. It can do all kinds of weird shit.
Right.
How'd you get it off the planet?
I know.
Never explained.
Never explained.
Worst episode ever. Because if you can get a ship off the planet, why are you building out of wood?
I always wondered that. Yep.
Maybe it's special wood?
No, it's wood.
It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
Guess what? Wood is not airtight against a vacuum.
No. No, it's not.
Could also burn up on exit.
The kick is, you got wood on the outside, right? Space is air, sucking out the moisture until it becomes dry. And it's going to start sucking air through it as it dries out and creates more porous material. And you'd slowly lose air. It's a terrible material.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was thinking more like the solar probe that the Planetary Society wants to launch.
Ah, yes, the Planetary Society.
So, I was thinking more like that, actually possible.
Oh, okay. Things that are realistic.
Yeah. Also, did you see the way they set up the solar sails on that ship? They put them like ship sails. All you need is a big square of material.
I'm aware.
You don't need multiple little sails and you got to trim this. No,
Just doesn't look as cool though.
It looked unwieldy and whatever.
A giant rectangle, right? You got your ship, you got guidelines going out to it. That would have looked cool, because it would have looked like something being dragged along through space.
Yeah, it would have.
That's true.
You could have easily controlled that. This thing looked like garbage.
But you know what doesn't look like garbage? The trailer for Avengers, which we're going to play right here.
Finally.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
For sure. If it's alright with you, bring it 2 for 2 at this fancy restaurant. And if you still want me, I'll make sure to be the best you ever had. You thought I was young.
All right, so what do we think?
I don't think we need to discuss it. I think that's all we can say about that. Good night, folks.
This has been episode 177. No.
Shane,
No.
what's your opinion,
We're
Shane?
discussing this trailer.
Your face is melting off.
Yeah, this trailer was beautiful. This was 10 years of work and effort and fan love, just kind of
all amalgamated into one beautiful 2-minute spot.
Exactly.
I think they didn't have enough characters in it.
I didn't see Ant-Man.
There were almost 30 named characters in the trailer alone.
Where's Ant-Man? Where's the
Oh,
Wasp?
he was there. He was there.
He was just too small to see him, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I don't like ScarJo's blonde hair.
She's in hiding.
I don't care. I prefer Black Widow with red hair.
Yeah.
So do I, but she's in hiding. Same reason Captain America has a beard.
Captain America had a beard?
has
Yes.
had a beard in the past, in the comics,
Well,
as
like-
Captain America.
Yeah.
I need to see the trailer again. I didn't even see Captain America with a beard.
Seriously? Remember when they're like, get this man a shield, and then he walks out of the shadows? All dramatically?
No.
Really?
Really?
No, I have to see it again, obviously.
Or in the scene where they're all running at the army and he's right in the front?
Was he right in the front?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I missed it. You're speechless. That's all right. I just need to watch it again. That's all. There's so much going on in the trailer.
There is.
That I can't take it all in at once.
We finally see Peter Parker show spider sense.
Yes.
Which we haven't seen in the other movies yet. Oh, there's just so much. It's just so good.
I want to know why Thanos looks like our friend Jeff Goche.
I don't know. He's also less purple than he was before.
Yeah.
They toned him down a lot and took away his helmet, which the internet has quickly gone about giving him various hats.
I've seen him look like Homer Simpson.
Yep. I've seen Homer Simpson. They've given him a beret. They've given him all kinds of things.
And weren't they also comparing him to Stone Cold Steve Austin?
They were. And actually, they do look a lot alike
Yeah.
if you put them side by side.
Yeah.
Who's the actor playing him?
Josh Brolin.
Voicing him, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he looks like.
Josh Brolin played... did you watch Jonah Hex?
Yes.
He played Jonah Hex.
Oh, okay.
He's also going to be Cable in the upcoming Deadpool movie.
Yeah, that upcoming doesn't tell me what he looks like. I need to have seen something, right?
Well, if you've seen images, it's all over the place.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Josh Brolin's a really good actor.
Alright. I didn't like the Thanos look.
Why not?
Doesn't look like Thanos. He looks like a big purple guy.
It looks like a purple people leader to me.
That's kind of what Thanos looks like.
No. Thanos has a look. He's in a wife-beater shirt.
No, he's not. Like, it doesn't really have sleeves, but it
looks like a black space wife-beater.
That almost sounds like a title for an episode.
No!
Black space white beater?
No! We do not here at the Rusted Robot accept that as a view. That is a view of Sean Vanderloo on his own. You can contact him at Sean Vanderloo.
I'm just saying
at gmail.com.
Episode title. That's all. Not that I approve wife beating. What do you got there? What is that? What am I looking at?
That is the first image of Tom Hardy as Venom.
Okay,
that
doesn't help us at anything.
I know.
And
I thought you were looking up wife beater.
That was the plan, and then I saw this.
Yeah, I don't approve, Josh, of wife beating. I just said that was a good title.
No.
No?
No.
Last week's episode was about Stranger Things, and we were talking about the Punisher and sadness and death. So I called it Sadness, Death, and Stranger Things. It's the lowest rated episode so far.
Yeah, that's the Thanos look.
Yeah, he has it. They've just streamlined it.
Pull up an image of him in the trailer.
No, the first one is him in the movie.
That's him in the poster. That's an image.
What I want you to do is take a screenshot and post it to the Rusted Robot Facebook page.
All right.
So our listeners can see what we're talking about.
Okay. Of all the different images together?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Just take a screenshot of what you're looking at.
Okay.
And post it to the Facebook page.
Okay.
Well, what do we think of watching the movie in May of 2018? Are we excited?
Yeah, of course we are.
Now, Black Panther comes out in February, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes out in February.
Okay. And then we've got this in May. So 2018 is going to have a lot of superhero stuff.
2018 is going to be a great year.
We've been saying that the last 5 years.
That's true.
Every year's been a great year.
And you know what? So far, yeah.
All right, so Shane has gone ahead and posted the images of Thanos on the Rusted Robot podcast group page.
Yes, I have.
Not the group page.
Yes.
Not the page.
It was unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah, it was. But we did it. We got it done. And so we're not going to call the episode, what? Black t-shirt, wife beater shirt thing?
Yeah. No, we're just going to cut that completely.
No. I think we should leave that. That segment was important, but we're not going to title the episode that.
Okay, so my question is, does this look like an exciting movie that we want to see?
Yes.
Okay. What are the powers of Thanos? Why are we scared of him?
He's the Mad Titan. He's strong, fast, powerful, immortal, kind of all-around super powerful.
Okay.
The man has been banned from dying.
Oh, okay.
Death has told him, no, you're not allowed to die.
Okay, and the bad guy from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie was Thanos' underling?
Ronan the Accuser.
He made a deal with Thanos to give him the Infinity Stone so he would destroy his enemies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he tried to go off on his own, and that's just a bad idea.
Right, okay. And that was the dance-off with Ronan?
Yeah.
Okay, with Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now it all makes sense.
Actually, that was my one gripe with that movie.
The dance-off?
No, they powered down Ronan a lot. He should have been much more powerful than he was.
But he wasn't.
No.
What do we think about seeing Thor at the end with running into the Guardians?
That was fantastic. He's the only person it really makes sense to have run into the Guardians. Besides maybe Iron Man, but in the movies he hasn't really gone to space.
We see a lot of Iron Man in the trailer.
Yeah.
Different suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The MCU is their Spider-Man is Iron Man.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like their two big characters, hands down, are Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Did you hear that Disney is thinking of acquiring Fox?
Yes, they have been working a plan through for the last couple months. It has recently moved forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it is highly likely that is going to happen, which is great.
Because then we get the X-Men back.
We get the X-Men and the Fantastic Four back. So it's a possibility we could see the Illuminati back in the MCU, and that could be really cool.
Does Marvel use anything, or do they just burn it to the ground and take their characters back fresh?
Them using the Fantastic Four, I think, could be done very easily. The X-Men would be a little bit more difficult, because then you have to work in mutants, and you already have Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch established, so that could be weird, but...
They'll figure it out.
So you think they'll burn down the X-Men and start fresh?
I'm fairly sure Hugh Jackman's come on record saying the only way he'll come back is if he can do a crossover with the Avengers.
He did say that.
Yeah. I believe they wouldn't mess with that. They would bring him back. I do believe they would restart the rest of the X-Men, though.
Because really the only X-Men that is worth it, where it's not a convoluted nightmare of a story arc thing, is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Everything else I can see them burning to the ground, because Deadpool's not even really connected to the rest of the X-Men.
No.
You see him and Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yep.
But that Colossus is not the Colossus from the movies.
No.
So you could burn the rest of the X-Men and leave those two and leave them as are.
He was supposed to be the same Colossus, and I believe they're working it so it's the same one. They asked the original actor to come back for it. He declined.
Because he didn't want money.
Yeah, clearly.
Right.
However, it does look like Fox is working on its own R-rated X-Men universe. They just cast James Franco to play the Multiple Man.
Yes. Didn't we talk about this last week?
We talked about the Multiple Man.
Yeah.
And what's the other guy? Morbius.
Yeah.
Right.
2 movies that don't need to exist.
I was very surprised. Same thing as Sony announcing that they're making Morbius the Living Vampire movie. It doesn't make sense. Like, honestly, most people only know Morbius from the 90s cartoon. Personally, I like him. He's a cool character.
You and I have different definitions of cool.
And you were just showing me a picture of Tom Hardy as Venom.
Yes.
We're looking forward to seeing that.
Yes, that is going to be great.
That's next Halloween time?
It could be really bad. I'm really excited because Venom's one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Yeah.
But...
And Carnage is the villain?
It looks like Carnage will be the villain. They've dropped the word Carnage so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just recently did an interview with Tom Hardy's trainer.
Alright,
and he must have said Carnage like 3 times.
Wow. So, it's a Sony movie.
Yes.
Is Marvel involved at all?
No.
Minutely. They're involved in the fact that it's a Marvel character, but
they're
besides
not,
that, no.
they're not involved.
No.
Marvel Cinematic is not involved.
No.
Then it's going to be terrible.
Odds are.
I have to be hopeful. I mean, the fact that they're doing a Venom movie without Spider-Man in it...
Unconnected to the Spider-Man.
Exactly. So, that means the symbiote exists, Eddie Brock has it, and if they bring in Venom, that means it's already reproduced and already bonded with Cletus Cassidy, or however they're going to do it. There's too many holes in that story that can't be filled without making stuff up.
Exactly.
It could just be a post-Spider-Man Venom.
It could be. Like, I think they're going to do it like they did Spider-Man and skip the actual origin of the whole thing. Because by everything they've released, it looks like it's going to be based around the Lethal Protector story, which I'm okay with. It was a good story. But
I have not found Venom compelling in years.
They've done a lot of really good stuff with him lately.
They've done stuff with him. But at this point, Venom is not the same Venom. It is not the same creature. It is not the same character.
It's gone back to that, though. Yes, for a while, he was with Flash Thompson. He was in outer space. He was a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a huge thing. He came back. He left Flash Thompson. He was with a mercenary for a while. Really bad stuff. He went back to being a villain. Eddie Brock helped them capture him. Eddie Brock stole the symbiote, ran off. Eddie Brock now has the symbiote, and it's more like it was back in the 90s and stuff like that when he was at his peak.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not found him compelling in years.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. You know what else we have to wait and see? In 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Woot woot.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I am so psyched.
What do you mean, what do we think?
Are we excited?
Yes, we're excited.
Are we salivating with anticipation?
Yes.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. That's it. Just wanted to bring it up. It's coming out. We're excited.
So jazzed.
It's happening.
Yeah.
So pumped. Daisy Ridley has come out and said that she will have nothing to do with Star Wars after this trilogy is done.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't read the article.
Why is she bailing?
I don't know.
You don't jump in to a thing like Star Wars and say,
meh.
Well, look
I've done my 3. I'm out.
Look at Harrison Ford. He wanted to be done after 2.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what they did? They said, no, Harrison, you're coming back because the fans love it. If you don't come back, they're going to hate you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, and there's a reason I get all my money.
He came back willingly for the new trilogy. He
Yeah.
wanted to be part of it.
No, he wanted to die. He wanted to kill off.
He thought Han Solo should have died in episode 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have.
I agree. That's why they froze him in carbonite, because they weren't sure what to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is all well-trodden lore.
It is.
So, like, I don't... Particularly the way they're doing, depending on what they do for the next trilogy, she needs to be the Yoda. Because we're not going to have another Mark Hamill Yoda training.
It's a negotiation tactic just to get more money.
No.
Because
It depends, though.
Uh-huh.
What are they doing with the next trilogy?
Well, who knows? We don't know.
Are they doing Old Republic?
I really hope that they are, because I love the Old Republic and all the lore is amazing. However, I think if it's a numbered movie, I think they have to work chronologically.
Why? Well,
look at the original trilogy. They went back, did 1, 2, 3, and that was previous. And then they continued on.
True, but I don't...
It would be odd, I think, if they did it numbered, but it was before, and...
They'd have to do it negative number.
That would be weird.
Star Wars Episode -3.
That, and all of the numbered trilogies have been confirmed to be the story of the Skywalker lineage.
The next one is not. They've already said it. There are no Skywalkers in the next trilogy.
Oh, that's the Rian Johnson thing.
So that would either have to be considerably in the future or considerably in the past.
Or a side quest.
That's the side movies they're doing in between.
Yeah, this is the mainline trilogy.
Yeah.
So, like, if it is no more Skywalkers. Before Skywalkers is easy, because before Anakin there were no Skywalkers with the Force.
No.
So, we can do any time before Anakin was born. So, easy.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of stuff happening there.
There's so much lore they could pull from.
The Rakata Infinite Empire invades, whatever.
That could be great. Even if they just did a series about...
The Jedi.
Yeah, like the Jedi, or if they do the Old Republic, like the Revan story. They could do Darth Bane. There's a lot of things they could pull from.
Yeah. If they're going after...
I very much doubt that they will do the war that happens afterwards.
Yuzhan Vong?
Yeah, I don't think they'll bring in
They're not
Yuzhan
doing the
Vong.
Yuzhan Vong.
It's too sci-fi for the core audience, for like
mainstream
general
audiences.
audiences. Yeah.
Yeah, and, they're disconnected from the Force, so our Force powers don't work on them. No.
Exactly.
You can lift a rock. You can smash a rock. Why can't you lift them? Well, they're disconnected from the Force. No. Don't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This does not bode well for me. I'm in a wait-and-see pattern for the next trilogy.
I love Star Wars, and as a consumer, I want more Star Wars. But as a Star Wars fan, you reach a point where you've spread it too thin.
You don't want it saturated and watered down.
Exactly. Like, look at superhero movies. We're getting them constantly, and they're easily at their peak right now. Like, they're great.
I don't want them to stop.
Exactly. But there is that constant fear of, okay, if we're releasing like 5 superhero... Exactly. Like, I'm really, really excited for Infinity War. It could very well just be them jumping the shark. Like, how do you top that happening?
But you don't need to top that. Look at, we had Ant-Man, which is a small-scale heist movie.
Yeah.
Right after, that's the whole Civil War era.
Yeah.
It pulled out big.
I think that's...
Then we had a new origin with Doctor Strange. And that was after the Civil War.
Yeah.
That's big. Oh my god. Worldwide affecting.
Yeah. I think that's the one saving grace of superhero movies is you have the Thor movies that are very like, action adventure kind of things. You have Captain America that's almost like a spy movie kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they've gone definitely spy.
Tony Stark is all over the top and crazy, but very much rooted in science and stuff like that. The fact that they've taken the superhero genre and they've started branching out in different areas, like the new X-Men, New Mutants.
Yeah.
Like, that's very horror. they've figured out a way to keep it fresh, and that's really important.
Yeah, but so I'm not terribly concerned about them burning out on superheroes. And the mainline trilogy, that's fine so far. I haven't had a problem with... Like, a lot of people had a problem with the original one.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was good. It gave me exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, the going theory right now that I personally adhere to, after Infinity War, because we're bringing in Captain Marvel, it looks like they might go the Secret Wars route, which I think could be really cool. Do you guys know much about Secret War?
Nope. That's the invasion, right?
Yes.
They can't do the invasion.
You don't think so?
They don't have the scroll.
Yes, they do.
They have the scroll?
They have the race of Skrulls. They don't have Super Skrull.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Which is messed up.
Yeah. The Skrulls are a race of shape-shifting aliens who can take the shape of whoever they want.
Yeah.
And they slowly, methodically kidnapped and replaced a lot of Earth's superheroes. And then just one day went, okay, it's time. And took over. And with the changing of the guard and everything like that that's going to be happening after Infinity War with, we're going to have deaths and stuff like that, it could work.
Okay.
I think that would be a good direction to go.
Sounds good. Lots to look forward to then.
Definitely.
And we're not tired of it.
No.
Awesome. You know what else we're not tired of? Getting feedback from our listeners.
Definitely not.
All right, you guys ready? I've got some interesting feedback here from a good, loyal listener of ours. We've heard from him before, Daniel Peter Hitch.
Oh, cool.
Yes. He sent a tweet on Twitter.
Duh.
Yeah. Direct message says, "Hey, Rustos, it's been a manic month of catching up on podcasts, but I'm finally all up to date on Rusted Robot again. As always, you guys are great, although I still can't fathom Josh's dislike for Discovery, especially as that cliffhanger in Episode 9 could hold the key to answering some of his canon problems so far. Feedback to Josh's two hypotheticals. Sci-fi weapon against the robot hordes, the EMP weapon from the Matrix. Flip a switch and the war's over."
Not handheld.
Anyway, fantasy weapon against the zombies. I don't know much about fantasy weapons, but guessing I'd want something to equally wipe them out, so I'm going for the Egyptian Book of the Dead Necronomicon, so I can either halt them all or control them all and put them to work building farms, castles, and better lives for my townspeople, and I shall be the king of the zombies, and they shall call me Gurg. Always listening, Dan.
Alright, so that's neat. I hadn't thought about the Necronomicon, but which Necronomicon? There's the Necronomicon from the Mummy movies, and then there's the one from...
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Neither of which are great ideas. It never goes well.
Well, no, if you pick it up... Well, the one from the Mummy series, that's just fine.
Yeah.
Works out. Alright. So, thank you. I appreciate that. Here's the problem with having a cool cliffhanger at the end of Episode 9 that might answer all your questions. You have to get to Episode 9. And if it's garbage up to Episode 9, why would I wait until then to get the answers as to why I should like the garbage? So...
See, but you also don't like Deep Space Nine, and you're wrong, so...
No. I don't like it as much as the other Star Treks.
Oh, but you've watched it.
I have watched it. I watched all of it.
Okay.
I even enjoy some of the characters. I like some of the characterizations.
All right.
The Quark-Odo dynamic is one of my favorite in Star Trek. They got some good scenes in there.
Right. Okay.
Discovery?
It's amazing. It's fantastic. Shane, you need to watch it.
I will do my best.
Discovery is...
Quit watching Naruto.
I can't.
Discovery's not good.
It's great.
It is not something that I can enjoy in any way. I almost threw my iPad.
All right, fair enough. All right, we're not going to talk about Star Trek because it just makes me angry that you don't like it. So
No. I like Star Trek.
Yeah, let's not go there. We also have an email from our friends Sparky and Guns.
Hey, Sparky. Hey, Guns.
The title of this email is Roll a Natural 20 to Blitzball the Hyperdragon. Salutations, serine joint pain synthesoids. This week, Sparky and Guns took a road trip to New Liskeard, where every conversation overheard was about trucks. We were there for so long we started speaking in vrooms and brops. We eventually trekked back through a snowstorm, surviving on field mice and dirty snow water. It turns out, it's only a 2.5-hour drive from New Liskeard, and we didn't have to eat all those field mice. But hey, here's an email. Sparky wants to know what D&D superboss that you have either created or fought as a character is your favorite, and how it was vanquished.
Okay, so, in my D&D games, because I mostly run them, I created a creature called the Vril.
The Vril.
Okay. They are a race of monsters derived from elves who wanted to purify everything that's not elf out of them. They kind of magically mutated themselves into monsters. Amongst the Vril, there is the Vril Queen.
Of course.
Okay, she breathes out the race. So the party decided, okay, we have to take her out. She can summon Vrils just by screaming. All the Vril in the forest will come, and there are thousands of them. She's 45 feet tall, so she's not easy to take out. And she can just clap and summon one Vril at a time. So the party spent 25 minutes figuring out, okay, we use a globe of silence, we do this, we do that, we attack this way, we do this. They spent 25 minutes planning this out. And then Danny, as you remember from the Rusted Robot podcast, simply turned and ran screaming headlong at the Vril Queen. After saying, that's the plan, we do all this in this sequence. Go! Ah! So their entire plan turned into a mad dash.
Of course.
They ended up having to use one of their powers they were saving for later that they can only use once per year, and killed off 3 of the party members.
Nice. That sounds like something Danny would do.
Not Danny.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Nice. That's very cool. All right, so the email goes on. Guns would like to know what your favorite anime or movie climax is your favorite. The one where the movie soundtrack turns up to epic and the character limiters are removed.
Okay, so this is hard.
Yeah, it is. I don't have any anime ones, but I really like the end climax of either Con Air or Star Trek First Contact. I don't know if character limitations are removed or whatever, but I just like the climaxes of those. The all-out, we have to do this.
Yeah, it's hard because a lot of my favorite animes, their climax is not the battle. It often comes down to 2 characters standing there threatening each other, talking, while crazy stuff happens around them.
Aha. Shane?
I'm gonna have to go with either Full Metal Alchemist, because that show's amazing, or Naruto, just because I'm on it.
Which climax? Because you're at season. How many episodes are you in?
I'm a little bit over 100.
Okay, so you're probably 4 major events in.
Yeah.
Which means you've had 4 climax, breakdown, character breaks his limits, and he goes all out. You have another 500 episodes to go before you reach Shippuden, and then you have another 400 episodes of that before he reaches the end of his last climax.
Yeah. Honestly, I think so far it would be the first time that Naruto actually unleashes the nine-tailed fox, and he actually helps him in battle and stuff. That was really good, because that was the big fight against Gaara after he's fully transformed, and that was just really cool. But we'll see how that goes.
Actually, a better one, I think, is when he's fighting Sasuke in the waterfall area.
That one's pretty good.
And he just unleashes the fox, and Sasuke's like, "What the hell? How can you be doing this?"
Yeah, he's like, you shouldn't be able to fight me." Yeah, because I think I just watched him fight Kabuto in the episode where I can't remember her name, but she agrees to become Hokage.
Okay.
The healer.
Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma and the Pervy Sage. That was pretty good.
All right. So the email ends with, "Thanks for the podcast, and we hope a zombie apocalypse doesn't take us all so we can have more robots next week. Hi, I am Guns, Prince of Timmins, and defender of the secrets of Castle, the McIntyre headframe. That is Sparky, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, 'By the power of the McIntyre headframe, I have the power.' Sparky became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Guns, the most powerful man in the universe. Only a few others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle, the McIntyre headframe, from the evil forces of Skeletor. P.S. Sorry the long email, we forgot Josh's fantasy zombie weapon. Sparky would fight the Horde with a weapon from Final Fantasy X, Waka's Celestial Blitzball World Champion. It gives you the ability to evade physical attacks and counter with 100% success. It's a spiked ball which is throwable and always returns, and the closer you are to being fully healthy, the more damage it will do. Keeping with the theme, guns would use the Lionheart gun blade from Final Fantasy VIII. It's a sword gun. It's got a sword for close quarter zombie slicing and gun for the oh god no moments. It's probably actually unreliable, but it's a sword gun.
Those are good choices.
Those are good choices.
They're really good choices.
I told you guys Final Fantasy was great.
You did tell us that.
I didn't say it wasn't.
For the zombie hordes that you talked about, I would, if I'm allowed, use the flaming whip from the Balrog.
Really?
The flaming whip?
Yeah. Or the flaming sword, one or the other.
Okay. I did not expect that. I expected you to say it's the Sword of Omens.
I was going to use the Sword of Omens, but I love Thundercats so much, and I always say it, I figured I would switch it up a little bit and surprise you.
The Balrog Flame Whip, that's an impressive weapon.
That'll take on some zombies.
Watch the backswing, though.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
Shane, what would you go with?
Well, as we were discussing earlier, I am also going with Final Fantasy. I am going with Sephiroth's katana, because we already know katanas work great against zombies, and it is ridiculously long, so I wouldn't have to get close to them.
Good choice.
Now, it is you, and Sephiroth was magically empowered to be super strong. So how will you be able to...
He's using the Balrog's whip. I think we've gotten rid of that argument.
It's not that heavy, though.
The Balrog's whip is completely made of fire.
No, it's not. It's a physical object.
It's made of fire.
No, it's not. It's a physical object. It's contained within the flame. There is a physical object that is the whip.
Yeah.
Same thing with the sword.
Yeah. The more you know.
Created by...
Fairly sure it's...
No, the weapons are not part of them. They're items.
What would you use?
Ooh, that is something I've been pondering all week. Because I keep going, I can... No. Or I could... Ooh... So, I have limited it down to a couple options.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to pick of those options right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with it.
What's that?
I am going to have to go with... Yeah, Sword of Protection. I'd have to go with it. I'm stealing Katie's.
Sword of Protection?
Sword of Protection. It's She-Ra's sword.
Okay.
Not only is it a sword and gives you superpowers, because it makes you strong and powerful like She-Ra, so long as you know the chant. But it also can transform into being a bunch of other things, including a hang glider, a hoverboard.
Oh.
It can turn your animal companion into a flying animal companion.
Mm-hmm.
It's too good not to have.
I like it.
There was a couple other ones. There's a weapon that makes you immortal, but not really that useful, because the moment you let go of it, you die.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, because then I don't want to be holding a weapon all the time in my dominant hand.
Yeah, no, that's not right. Hey, so Sparky and Guns ended their email with a He-Man kind of tagline. And earlier this week, I saw on Facebook that they're in talks or in development of a live-action He-Man movie.
Sweet.
And I just looked it up here on IMDb, and they
starring Dolph Lundgren?
No.
He's back?
I hope so. But December 18th, 2019 is their release date. And it doesn't have any... Well, it does have cast and crew. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a writer and producer and miscellaneous crew. Lance Johnson is the executive producer.
Don't know anything about him.
No, that's not even anybody in the cast. So we don't have too much information on it, just that they are working on it, and apparently it's in development. And we haven't had a live-action He-Man since 1987, Masters of the Universe.
Yep.
So this could be good.
Which was gloriously bad.
It was horrible, and I've watched it so many times.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those gloriously bad. Shane?
What do you got, buddy?
Everything I'm finding points to it just being made of fire.
Well, if that being the case, it is just made of fire, then I would use Lion-O's Sword of Omens from Thundercats, because that's my standard answer. But, whatever.
Because when the Balrog falls, he drops the sword, which is a separate object from him.
The sword, yes.
So's the whip. They're weapons the Balrogs wield.
Oh, those silly Balrogs.
Created by... I can't remember his name, particularly because his name changes partway through. The first Lord of Darkness.
Oh,
Melkor?
Melkor, yeah. Melkor.
Created by him.
Yep.
Cool. So, do we have anything else to talk about? Is that it for this week's Rusted Robot Podcast?
I think that's it for this week.
I think that's it. I finished off all the Stranger Things finally.
Oh, and...
Loved it. It was
so
fantastic.
Good. It actually, we all knew it was going to happen. Earlier this week, it was confirmed that they are getting a third season.
I did see that.
Yes.
Yes.
What took them so long?
Right? It should have been confirmed a long time ago.
They should have been like, and we're halfway done shooting season 3.
Yeah. True enough.
Actually, they were in talks because they wanted to just continue shooting, but...
Children.
Yes.
The agent and stuff, yeah.
I can't remember. I think it's Netflix wanted them to keep shooting, but the directors and stuff were like, listen, we need to give the kids and stuff time off.
That's right.
So they have decided that season 3 will have a time jump.
That's why they said in the end episode that they should lay low for a year.
Exactly.
Built
So
right
they,
in.
because the problem with child actors is
they age fast.
They age quickly.
Yeah.
So they'll have the little bit of a time gap, allow them to be a little bit older, and we'll see how it goes.
That's right.
That, and it opens up avenues for, like, you know, romance and all this kind of stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah.
And allows them to actually write stories. It's like, you can only write good quality stories so quickly.
Yeah.
So if they just like, no, just keep going,
Yeah.
just keep going. You're gonna be like, I don't know. They fight. I don't know.
Yeah.
A worm. They're fighting a worm this week.
Yeah.
All right, so that's been episode 177. Hopefully Podbean works, because I tried uploading the Soulforge podcast on Thursday, and it took till Friday night to get it loaded because of whatever problems Podbean is having. So I'm going to try to get this loaded for Sunday, and if it doesn't come out on Sunday, that's why. So thanks again, listeners, for stopping by. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review in the iTunes store. And remember, any planet is Earth to those that live on it. If you'd like to contact the show, email us at therustedrobot@gmail.com. Our website is therustedrobot.podbean.com. On Twitter, we're at therustedrobot. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo. We'd be honored if you would review us on iTunes and like us on Facebook. If you'd care to support the show, there's a PayPal link on the website, or go to patreon.com/Darth Vaderloo. Please check out Jump City at 229 Pine Street South in Timmins. And as always, if you like what you heard, let us know. But most importantly, tell your friends about us. The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
I can do this all day.
Dear future husband, here's a few things you'll need to know if you wanna be my one and only all my life.
Get some sweet games, invite me to play. Then we beat every game all in the same day. But we still go outside, just rolling side by side. Just you and me, you're the best company. Hey, you stream games live, and maybe so do I. So if the dinner isn't made, no one's the bad guy. We do know how to cook, love from a comic book, and that's cool with me. Yeah, that's cool with me. Hey, you'll buy me action figures off eBay, even when the price is crazy, and tell me it'll be alright. Dear future husband, here's a few things you'll need to know if you wanna be my one and only all my life. Dear future husband, if you wanna get that special loving, tell me I'm more beautiful than my avatar online. You like collecting coins so we can save money. Then we upgrade our gear as we get more XP. I never have to mow, cause you like cutting grass. So right for me, you're just so right for me. Hey! You like adventure and a little bit of action. It's an obvious attraction. You're just made for me. Dear future husband, here's a few things you'll need to know if you wanna be my one and only all my life. Dear future husband, please keep the controllers a-charging so I can beat you in our next matchup online.
This has been a Valley of Vanderloo podcast production, all rights reserved.
This transmission ends.